Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the workshop. It is fantastic to have you here. Part 17 of working on a Civil War era cavalry saber. This is getting exciting. On yesterday's episode, we cast our brass guard. We got a lot of work to do. Our sponsor today is Raid Shadow Legends, a new game for iOS and Android. More about them later. Thank you guys for being here. The first thing that we need to do is we need to heat up this area here. We need to anneal it. We need to bend it, because it's just a little bit twisted. We need a little bit of tweaking to get it to line up with where this finial here is going to end up being ground to. Okie dokie. That should be annealed now, nice and soft. First thing I need to do is tweak it over this way. There we go. Okay, bending it didn't really go so great. Didn't have any great places to hold on to it, but we have it marked out. And with where we have it, I think we can grind it all into place. So it's back to the grinding room. Before we go much further with the video, I'd like to thank today's sponsor, which is Raid Shadow Legends. You can forget everything you know about mobile games now that they have released this new role-player game. Playing Raid is the most immersive experience that you're going to be finding on a smartphone. Raid has all the features you'd expect from a brand new RPG title, such as fantastic graphics, a great storyline, giant boss fights, and hundreds of champions for you to collect and customize. Raid is getting big really fast, so get in now, because getting in now is going to get you a great head start. There's also an upcoming special launch tournament with crazy in-game prizes and real-life physical prizes too. The best thing is, of course, it's completely free to download, so go to my link in the description and download Raid. Hitting that link is going to get you 50,000 silver immediately and a free epic champion as part of the new player program, courtesy of the dev team. So go download Raid Shadow Legends once you finish this episode. We're going to jump back into this guard. Okay, this thing is starting to take shape. After a little bit of grinding, it is starting to look like it needs to. I ground a huge amount more off of this side here, which is bringing all of this across. We took a lot of material off this side of our top finial. What I've done with a Sharpie is I've made a little bit of a mark on there telling us where we need to grind to for that finial here, as well as on the back end of the guard. So we have a huge amount of material to remove right there, huge amount of material to remove right here. I'm trying to have a think of the best way to do this, and frankly, I think that it's most likely still going to be the grinder. It's hogging through this annealed brass just fabulously. Let's show it to Will first. He's up there. You see that? That is the makings of the new office/small stuff space. How is it looking, Will and Kyle?
Going wonderfully. Looking good.
Well,
outstanding.
We have a little bit more insulation work to do because the company delivered the wrong insulation and we didn't have enough to finish it out.
Oh.
So they're going to be re-delivering that today, but we're going to start on the painting because this is all insulated.
Amazing.
Yeah,
fantastic.
good stuff.
It looks brilliant. In case you didn't see one of the previous episodes, this is Kyle, our new intern. They've both been working together, putting this up. What do you reckon so far?
Wow, this is horrible.
Now, don't worry, I have promised Will he's going to get plenty of work to do on the guard. I'm just roughing this out, and then he's going to be doing a lot of that file work in there. Can't let him do all that wax work and not actually get to mess with the real stuff. Okay, here we go. Okay, I'm now over here at the disc sander because I'm trying to make a flat spot in here. For us to be able to have a handle fit on this thing and have a nice fit,
it's got to be perfectly flat. So I started on the grinder yesterday after working out that files was not going to let it happen. And now I'm at the disc sander because this is working fabulously to get in here and make that flat spot for the handle. As you can see, we have one tiny area that we just need to get past, and then it's going to be ready. One downside to this, however, is it is cutting into this form of the guard here on the inside, so we're going to have to thin down the rest of this from the backside to make it still look nice, but it's essential that we have that flat spot. So I've got my grinder tipped on its side, and I'm using the small wheel attachment to come into this area right here. If I can have that catch the light, you'll see there's a little nick. That's kind of inevitable from flattening this area. It was cutting into the side of the guard. So now what I'm doing is I'm thinning down this section here from the inside so it affects the design as little as possible. We're thinning it down to still make it look beautiful, and we're making progress.
So we still have that little spot that we need to fix. We've been able to get in a very good deal here with the small wheel attachment. It's looking pretty good. We're going to fix the rest of it with files and with rotary burrs. Now what the small wheel attachment has also helped us with is this area here to the inside left of the guard. We've been able to gently get in here and grind out any of the issues there were, and also smooth out how our flat spot for the handle tapers in to this contoured left part of the guard.
I'm very, very happy with how this is going. It is starting to look very good. It's now file work time, I guess.
I am just covered in brass glitter, which is not that great. But what is that great is the progress we're making, because it's starting to look really good. Right in here is the area where we had it thinned down too far. We came in the backside with this little carbide rotary burr. That removed a lot of the material. And then coming onto the front with some files, I was able to radius it over very nicely. This does mean we've swooped it back down this way, but it looks still very beautiful. There are some very nice shapes in there, curving nicely. I've also come onto these transitions at the neck to the top finial and started working those with the files. So we have the contour, the perimeter of the right-hand side of the guard roughed in. You know, on the note of things being roughed in and order of operations with all this stuff, I do want to just bring a mention to the fact that I used the term "the guard is roughed in" the last episode at the end, when we're still doing roughing in now. You know, it's because when you're working on something that you're trying to be very careful with, when you're working on something that's already had a lot of time and effort invested into it, you like to leave things proud and just nudge your way in, which means it ends up taking way more time than you like. You remember I started this on the last episode. Started working this with files and finished it with the belt grinder and disc sander. That's the wrong order to do things. Usually you want to work with the rough stock removal tools first, not the other way around. Anyway, the plan now is on this side of the guard, this left-hand side here, we're gonna finish up that perimeter. So the big focus today has been roughing out the back, getting a flat spot for a handle, getting some of the radiuses and contours sorted, and filing on and finishing some of the material on the periphery of the guard. It has been a good day. It's been a long day of filing and grinding, and while I've been working on that, intern Kyle and Will, oh, would you look at that, have been doing a huge amount, ow, I hit my hand on something, have been doing a huge amount of work here in the office and small workspace. It's looking very impressive.
Very nice.
Looking very, very nice.
Several windows. The door is over there.
Wow.
It's pretty much done at this point. It's all insulated. It's all painted. We need to do the trim still. But yeah, for not having a whole lot of carpentry experience, this did come together. I won't say easily because it wasn't easy, but it did come together.
Well, it looks incredible and I'm very grateful. Gentlemen, it's looking fantastic. We are gonna round out the video right there. Thank you guys for coming along on this journey. Huge amount of fun. Can't wait to see you on the next episode. Make sure you go download Raid Shadow Legends, the game. Hit my link in the description for that. Thank you so much for watching. Pleasure as always. See you in the next one. Bye-bye.